fly during my 3 years of university on East Midlands University Air Squadron. So I did my first stage of flying training. So when I finished university, decided I really liked what I got up to on the University Air Squadron, decided to join the Air Force. I then didn't have to do that first stage of flying training again. So I did my officer training, which everyone does who joins the Air Force. And then I went straight on to fast jet training. So
fighter jet training.
Fighter jet training. Combat fighter jet training. So I did it that way.
So I saw a little bit of a hiccup in our live stream. So for those of you folks who were wondering what the heck happened, I've gone ahead and just restarted it, and now you can see hello again. And now it's just going to be a little wonky, and I certainly hope that you guys can hear me as we kind of navigate our way through the rest of this, because the beginning of it was brilliant. Okay, so we had a chance. We looked here in the cockpit.
You saw the smoke.
We talked about the smoke. We talked about the ejection seat, and now we're on to...
Let's have a look at how we tell how fast we're flying.
Okay.
And whether we can tell whether upside down or not. So here we go. This is your speedo, for want of a better word.
Nice.
So you can see here, so 200 knots, 300 knots, 400 knots, 500, and that's our max speed up there at 550. So we're normally around, you'll normally see this needle around the 300 to 360 mark. So that's about 400 miles an hour. So that's how fast, as Mike said, we normally fly during the display. See here the attitude indicator, that tells us whether we're upside down or not, and also how high, if you see some of the synchro maneuvers, how high we need to pitch up to be able to come back around and face up. So we do all that flying accurately on that instrument there. So that makes sure we're both flying at exactly the same angle, both flying exactly the same degrees of nose up, so we're both matched and it looks symmetrical.
Well, it looks amazing. One of the things that I really enjoyed was, in particular, the colored smoke. That's something that we don't see in the States. And the blue and the red and the white together makes it very easy to track. Like with a tornado and some of the other maneuvers, which we'll have a chance to see at the Oregon International Air Show, makes it very easy to keep an eye on things. I heard that there is a special smoke that you use, for example, for the Queen, and that it's brighter and even more, because you can't very well not have the Queen see,
no.
Right? We've got to be
Absolutely.
very so tell me a little bit about training. When you first start training, you train no smoke on, and then
so we do everything with white. So we've got underneath, we're going to have a look in a sec, but we've got a tank underneath the aeroplane that holds that amount of smoke, enough for 5 minutes of white, a minute of red and a minute of blue. What we can do is just put white, just diesel. It's basically diesel that we put into all of those tanks to create the white smoke. But what we have is a dye rig, a clever little machine that basically mixes dye into the diesel that we then put into the pod, into the red and the blue tank. What we can do is alter the quantity that we put of that dye into the diesel. And clearly it's quite expensive, so for those big occasions, flying for the Queen and stuff, then we up the strength to make it just look that bit more effective and give it a bit more yellow and sort of red vibrance in the sky. So I'm sure when we come out to the States, we'll put out the very best that we can to give you guys the very best show that we can put out there.
Oh, absolutely. Is there anything else before we climb back down the stairs that you wanted me to have a look at?
Just from what Mike was saying for the fly pass, so this little button on top of the stick here, you see this?
Yes.
You see that? That's the air brake.
Sure.
So that you'll see, we'll have a look at the back end of the jet, but basically a big board comes out the back end, which slows us down, for those of you who don't know what air brakes do.
Well, like they were saying earlier, Boss never speeds up. Everyone else to move into a different position has to slow down.
So when we're doing fly pass and we want to make the colours really vibrant and vivid, in order for us to make that, the boss needs to fly at a certain speed, obviously, to make the timing. But in order for him to fly at a higher power setting, more throttle is higher, more thrust coming out the back, that makes the smoke a lot more vivid and vibrant, rather than at a low power setting. And in order for the boss to maintain the same speed at that high power setting, he puts the air brake out. So that's why when we're doing big fly past, you see us fly through with our air brakes out. Just allows the boss to use a higher power setting, therefore more thrust out the back, bigger plume of smoke, and makes it a lot more vivid.
Shall we head down and take a peek at what's going on? Okay, I'll let you guys go first. For those of you guys who were watching, we're now on our second live stream, and this is why we're doing it live. The first one, for whatever reason, randomly stopped working, and I said, you know what, I can probably get this back up and running. So we're doing it. It's a two-parter. It's a two-parter, folks. Okay, walk me through. Take me on a tour.
Okay, well, let's start as soon as we just spoke about the smoke. Let's have a little look underneath.
Okay.
So A normal training aeroplane we talked about doesn't have this pod that you can see underneath. So this unit underneath the aircraft right here, and that is where we hold our red, white, and blue smoke. So there's 3 separate tanks in there. There's a load of pipe work that's modded to the jet that will basically make it work. And we'll take a little walk around the back in a minute and just have a look where it comes out
Awesome. What was interesting, folks, is I had a chance to earlier watch as the dye team put the color in, and there are folks who actually sit there with their ear against the tank and they listen. They listen.
It's one of my favourite things about the red.
Absolutely, and they listen to hear so that they can tell when the tank is filling up. And I thought that was absolutely fascinating. I got some video of that, which we'll post later.
You think someone would put a full gauge on it, wouldn't you? But
yeah.
Our full gauge is a human ear. I mean, that's one of my favourite stats about our dye team. It's brilliant.
And they yell back and forth to each other, so they have a chance to.
They've got their own little language.
This is where it all comes out of. So it all feeds out of that tank on the bottom, and then comes out of these 3 nozzles here. Red, white, and blue.
Brilliant.
And as you can see, it's all directly in the jet efflux.
Yes.
So that's what I was talking about. The higher power settings, the more vivid that becomes. This is the air brake I was talking about. Again.
Oh, okay.
So this big thing with huge hydraulic jack on the back. This will drop down to about here, but we can sit on that jet actually, pretty much.
Oh, let's go wander over there. We'll see. At this point, someone over there is like gonna run. Watch. I see. You'll look. You see the feet.
Air brake, that's what that looks like.
All right. So here's the air brake all the way deployed. And how long will you keep this air brake deployed before you raise it back up?
It depends what manoeuvre we're doing. So when Synchro do double rolls, for example, that's out throughout the whole of the rolls, just so it slows our speed down, but still allows us to have full power. Yeah, we'll just use it in various places during the show.
Yeah, this was my guy. I flew her for 2 years, and she's a bit naughty, dropping her air brake. She's a bit of a show-off because most of them stay up, but
she heard.
She's got a bit of a saggy air brake, and it's out quite a lot.
A saggy air brake. I like that. But I think what she did is she heard, and she's like, you know what? Why don't you come over here and take a peek at me?
Just showing off.
But yes, I just
likes
want to show off a little bit, folks. This has been incredible, gentlemen. It was kind of you because it's late here. It's after 5. You've been kind enough to stick around. I'm going to turn this around right here. So again, for everyone, I'm Stephanie Strickland with the Oregon. Step in, guys, with the Oregon International Air Show. The Red Airs. We had to do this in 2 parts. I have no idea how it's going to work, but please, guys, get your tickets. Oregon International Air Show. They will sell out. It's in McMinnville. It is September 20th through the 22nd, and things are already selling. Our ticket sales are through the roof. Even in like the first 4 hours, it was nuts. So thank you very much, John. Thank you very much, Mike. Woo! We can't wait to see you guys. Have a great rest of your day. I will be back on my side of the pond soon. Cheers. Have a great night.